Hi, my name is Gautam Bagaria and this is a demonstration for the control dataset assignment. For this assignment I have created four classes: the CDS writer, the CDS reader, the CDS initialize and test.java. In CDS initialize I have declared an array of size 10, the current state for the control dataset, the user count for the dataset that indicates how many read processes are currently being called on the dataset, the name of the dataset. In the test.java, I have actually initialized my datasets. I've created a list of 10 datasets and initialized one of the datasets to be in the completed state while the rest of them are in the available state. The dataset which is in the state C can be read and the dataset which is in the state A can be written on. I have created read and write processes which are called at an interval of a few seconds. This delay has been used so that the demonstration can be run in a proper method. Each read and write operation is a separate thread of its own. That means they are all running simultaneously. Once a write process has been called, I would search for a data set which is in the available state. Once I find the data that is in the available state, I would set its current state to R and start writing in the array. Since write process can be slow, I have given a sleep interval of anywhere between 0 to 5000 seconds. This is a random interval just to make the code more random and test cases are more accurate. Once writing has been completed, that means it is the latest completed copy and its current state is set to C. Once a dataset comes into a set C, I would search for a dataset which was previously in the state C and its user count to be 0. That means there are no read processes currently running on that dataset. If that is true, then I would set its state to be available. That means it is now available to be written on again. Once a read process has been called, I would search for a process that is in the completed state. That means find a copy of a dataset which has been recently updated and start reading data from there. I would set its current state to S, indicating that the dataset is sending data to a reader process. I would also increment its user count, which would indicate that those many read processes are currently active on the dataset. A read process is faster than a write process, so I've given a standard interval of 1000 milliseconds. Once a read process is completed, I have decreased the user count by 1. Initially, when a read or write process is called, I would search for the appropriate dataset. Since C0 has been initialized to state C, I cannot write on it. Therefore, the dataset that I found to be available for writing is C1. And once a read process was called, I found that C0 is in the state C and it is available for reading. Initially, the value in the array of C0 is set to 0. Therefore, all elements in C0 are 0. Simultaneously, more read and write operations were called. Once a write process was finished, it is available for reading. Since the 10th element was written in C2, it is now the latest completed copy and it is the latest completed copy which will be read. Once reading has started on C2, writing process cannot start on C2. Similarly, if there is a writing process going on any of the data sets, it cannot be read. For further testing, I changed the sleep times, I changed the number of data sets, I changed the execution order of the threads, and it still worked out correctly. This demonstrates my CDS assignment. Thank you.